in anticipation of their bout for the undisputed UFC middleweight title. Today's event will begin shortly. As a reminder, this is being recorded. If you wish to ask questions, click on the participants icon towards the bottom of your screen to reveal the hand icon in the bottom right corner. Click on the hand icon again to be added to the queue, and we will call on you. Select the hand icon again to when you are finished or to be removed from the queue. We will kick things off momentarily.
I'm muting. I'm on. Start my video. Just do it like this and just. Yep.
They might be doing just
Maybe they're doing it. I'm sure they're.
You got it handled. Can you hear us, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. We'll get things started. We'll take the first question from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cage Side Press.
All right, no worries.
Hey, Israel, can you hear me? How are you?
I'm very well. What's up?
What's up, man?
All this.
So, Izzy, I know your coach is there. I have to ask you, we know you guys have been living at City Kickboxing. Your coach, Eugene Behrman, said out of everybody that you're the worst roommate. What's your response to that?
Well, I mean, he's a pretty shit roommate from all the years I've roomed with him in hotels, so there's a reason I don't room with him anymore in hotels. And while we've been at the gym, he's had his own little private office, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
All right. You're coming up on a year of being UFC champion officially. How is it everything you imagined it would be or different?
Yeah, it's everything I imagined it would be and then some, but I'm just handling it day by day, moment by moment. I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm not taking anything lightly.
So a lot of people, this is a super fight. It wasn't too long ago when you were a spectator and you were watching a lot of these. What were some of your favorite super fights back when you were coming up?
Ooh, one that reminds me of this is Anderson versus Vitor Belfort. That in my head, it wasn't a super fight for most people, but for me, I thought that was going to be a super fight. But yeah, that was one that I feel like this fight's going to be similar to.
Is it just about the contrast of styles? Is it about the personalities? What is it for you that makes this one really pop, in your opinion?
It's just the style and the look of it. Like I said, is this overly inflated balloon animal. It's just, juiced up motherfucker. And then there's me, skinny little kid with some Bruce Lee moves. And I come in here, dust this guy up, and then it just looks sick as fuck.
We know you're on the cover of the game, but have you had a lot of time to play as yourself in the UFC 4?
I haven't played it myself. Yeah, I've played as Kamaru and I think Leon Edwards maybe, but I haven't had a chance to play it as myself because I've been busy. And also, Fall Guys has been fun, so that's a quick game I can play, and it's enjoyable.
Gotcha. Final question. This fight obviously has a ton of people hyped. I'm assuming everybody wants to talk to you about it and bring it up. How do you tune that out so you could stay focused and just prepare for it just like you do every other fight without the extra distraction?
Experience. I've been doing this for a long time, so for me, it's same shit. I just come in, do my job, and I turn down all the extra noise of opinions that don't really matter.
All right, thank you, Izzy.
All good.
We will take the next questions from Christopher Reeve with the New Zealand Herald.
G'day, mate. Just a little bit on the camp. How has it been different for you this time around with you and the boys obviously living there? I know you spend so much time at the gym anyway. Like, has it been that much different?
Just no distractions, to be honest. When we went down to level 3 lockdown, there's been no distractions. And that's been good for us. That's been good for the bond of the team, the morale, and the skill upgrades. So, yeah, I think this 2 weeks that we had in lockdown was the catalyst for what's going to happen come 26 September.
With the boys that were there with you, was there any sort of, I guess, selection process with the guys you wanted in there with you for preparing for this event?
Yeah, definitely. But Eugene made those choices because he's the head coach and he knows best. I made some choices if I need to, but Eugene handled it and I trusted him with it.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, a couple of weeks out now. What does that look like for you? When do you head over for the fight?
Just practicing patience. I'm just practicing patience because I can see the finish line in the horizon, and you can't blow your wad. You just have to keep doing. I've done this before, so my body knows exactly what to expect. And yeah, I can't wait. I'm just practicing patience.
Just lastly, from me, who's the best volleyball player in the gym?
Right now, Carlos is the MVP. If I'm being honest, Carlos is the MVP. If I'm being honest.
Sweet, brother. Thank you.
All good.
We will take our next questions from Mojang Wu with Hoop Sport.
Hi, Hey Long. How are you?
Hey Long, ni hao ma.
Ni hao, ni hao. I'm Tiger Brother from China. It's really a blast to have you here for this moment. So as you know, many of your Chinese fans, including me, started to follow you up ever since you fought kickboxing in China. However, after UFC 248, many fans in China did not get satisfied with the way you beat Romero. So what would you react to this kind of a reaction? And do you think the last fight you bring out the best in you?
The last fight, I brought my best, but my opponent brought something completely different, which is to his credit what he's supposed to do. But at the same time, you're supposed to fight, and he wasn't willing to fight. So I can't fight by myself. So the last fight was a bit of a, weird one, but it is what it is. We move forward with this next fight.
Okay, so I saw you dyed your hair in pink, and it looked cute. And how did you come up with that idea?
The idea to dye my hair pink. Just, I don't know. Not really, it wasn't really a long thought process. I just felt I wanted to be pink, so I did it. I didn't really think it was going to be that big a deal and get people caught up in their feelings.
But now you cut out all your pink hair, and you said you are going back to the old school style. Yeah, right. Does this move indicate that you have prepared a combat mentality before this fight is approaching?
Not really. No, I'm just doing it because I feel like the pink hair is abnormal, but I don't want to give. I'll explain why after the fight why I took the pink hair off, because it was also because I dyed my hair a lot from being blonde bleached to pink. It's just not good for the hair. That's the first reason, but also I explained the reason why tactically after the fight.
Okay, I got a last question for you. So have you watched that latest video from Paulo Costa? He predicted the fight through a mocking manner. In that video, Paulo Costa chased down his opponent and knocked him down with a left kick and raised up his hand, claimed the victory. So what would you react to his prediction? And do you think that kind of mental warfare he brought up would impact you any prior to this fight?
No, it doesn't really bother me. He can make any kind of tapes he wants to make. I'm just going to keep doing me, as I always have.
All right. So best wishes on you for this title fight, and you're a great champ. And I'm really looking forward to meet you in person in China.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Tell my Chinese fans, why Zhongguo?
Okay. All right. Thank you. 谢谢黑龙.
We will take the next questions from Gustavo Falden with ESPN Brazil.
Hi, Israel. How's it going?
Very well, man. What's up?
First of all, you said at the beginning of the interview that you thought that the hype from this fight, you against Costa, was similar to Anderson Silva versus Vitor Belfort. Why is that? In what aspect?
Not the hype. I'm talking about the look of this fight. Vitor's a guy who's a marauder, who's a beast, who has a lot of good flurries as well, and just the style of the fight. I'm saying, just the look of it. And I'm a fan of both guys, Vitor Belfort and Anderson Silva. I came up watching them, but just saying the look of it is just what I see. That's what I feel.
and you're gonna be on the Anderson Silva side of the.
I'm gonna be on the Israel Adesanya side of the equation.
And what do you think that you and Paulo Costa nowadays? You guys have forged the biggest rivalry in the UFC with all the past trash talking, etc. The level that you guys are at.
No, really, no, I don't think so. I'm just enjoying myself, poking fun at the bear as he wallows away in his own fucking piece of shit. But yeah, let him do him, and I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm not bothered.
Throughout his career, Costa has always been accused of doping himself. What do you think of that?
I think he is.
And does that worry you for the fight? You know.
Okay, can you answer me a question? What happened to Romero's last fight with Uriah Hall? What happened?
I honestly don't remember. Sorry.
Okay, no, your Romero pulled out of his last fight with Uriah Hall, and I mean, unbeknownst to me, I thought it was just an injury reason, but it hasn't been stated that it was an injury. And there's yeah, I'll just leave that as allegedly, but some things are not being spoken for that should be spoken for, but no one's asking the right questions. I don't really like. It doesn't bother me. I beat Romero. If something comes out and he popped, I still beat him when he was juicing. So I said this about Costa. I'm gonna pop him before USADA does, and I plan on doing just that.
And what's the strategy to fight a guy like Costa?
Fuck him up.
Okay, appreciate it, Israel. Good luck on a fight.
My man. Thank you, sir.
We will take the next question from Clay Wilson with RNZ.
Izzy, how are you, mate?
What's up, man?
Hey, just wondering, especially coming off the back of what happened in the Romero fight, what does a potential victory represent to you in this fight?
Good question. What does a potential victory represent to me? For me, I just feel like Roy Jones Jr. when he said, "Y'all must have forgot." And this is only after one fight that this didn't live up to what I expected it to be, because I expected it to be a finisher. Yeah, I just feel like Roy Jones Jr. when he said that, "Y'all must have forgot."
What about in terms of the balance between wanting to get the win, but also I'm assuming, part of you wants to make something of a statement after that fight, or like you say, prove what you do have?
Nah, I just worry about just expressing myself, having fun. Winning just comes with that, to be honest. But I don't really worry about. I definitely want to win. Don't get me wrong. I love winning, but it doesn't take most of the thought of my time. I think about expressing myself. Like, this is how I want to express myself in this fight. And when I do that, like I said, when I'm having fun, I'm the best in the world. So that's what I really focus on. I want to express myself and have fun.
And just lastly from me, obviously no one got what we expected from Romero in that fight. Do you think there's any chance that we don't all get what we expect from Costa in this fight? In terms of what
I don't think Costa's he's too dumb. He's perfect for me. He's gonna come forward swinging like a buffoon, and I'm gonna clown him because I am a clown, aren't I?
Cool, mate. All the best for the fight.
Sure. Thank you.
We will take the next questions from Danny Segura with MMA Junkie.
How's it going? You've had a pretty, I guess, heated build-up with Costa here. Obviously, both of you guys going back and forth. Would you say out of all your opponents in the UFC, you dislike him the most?
No. I don't think so.
By the way, what are you doing there? Are you like signing your medicals? If you don't mind me asking. Or posters?
Autographs for cards. So I've got like hundreds to do. So that's why I'm just multitasking. If you want to be the best in this game, you want to be that household name, this is the shit you have to do.
Of course. And, Costa here, another striker, and you're no stranger to taking on some of the best strikers in the UFC, Anderson Silva, Robert Whittaker. Where would you rank him among the strikers that you faced prior?
Bro, even in kickboxing, he's not one of the best. I faced way better strikers, so that's not even close. In the UFC, strike might be maybe I've had like how many fights? I don't know. He's definitely not the best fighter. I feel like Silva's a better striker than him. Whitaker is a different striker than him, but can be better. Yeah, he's definitely not the best striker I fought.
For sure.
He's dangerous, though. That's one thing you have to remember. He's dangerous. But he has to remember, so am I.
Yeah. And lastly, it was announced that John Jones is moving up to heavyweight. I know at one point when he was at light heavyweight, there was some traction there and some trash talk, and a lot of people were maybe hoping of a potential fight between you two. With this news, do you kind of see that possibility as kind of dwindling down, or do you still have that in mind that potentially one day you guys can throw down?
Nope, still have that in mind. That's still part of my plan. But just ask you this: how many years has John Jones been in the UFC?
Long time.
Exactly, and he only just moved up in weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why would he or anyone else expects me to move up in weight when I just got the belt, rather than defend my belt like he has and create a legacy before jumping up in weight? So I'm sticking to my plan. I'm never gonna let anyone make me fold or make a move ahead of schedule, and I'm sticking to that plan.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will take the next questions from Guy Havelt with One News.
Hey, Israel, thanks for doing this. Just
All
on
good.
that signing stuff, how much of that do you have to do on like a daily or weekly basis?
Weekly not so much, but this is for a company, Tops Cards. These can I get give me just to show them an example. An example of one of the Tops Cards. So this is the ones I signed on the cards, but then some of these ones I signed on the sticker that they put on. That's the other version. But yeah. So it's this is just work.
And if you don't mind me asking as well, you've been quite outspoken, I suppose, about racism in New Zealand. There's a lot of racism, I suppose, around America and a lot of issues there. Do you, I suppose, in a walkout to a fight or anything like that, do you use it as an advantage to kind of take a stand against that sort of thing? We've seen it in the NFL and in the NBA and that sort of thing.
Well, I do that in my life every day. I'm a walking poster for it because I've experienced it. You know, so I don't. When I'm working, I'm working. Yeah, and I understand, like guys like Ali, one of the greatest human beings of all time, not just athletes, human beings of all time, takes a stand against shit like that, and I've done that in my own way. But yeah, I observe first, and I don't want to react lately. Like lately, I respond rather than react. That's something that the world can learn from. Respond, don't react, because that's what they want. They want you to react so you can act, and they can have an excuse to. You know,
you spend a lot of just lastly from me, you spend a lot of time in America. Does it sadden you what you see almost weekly these days over there in the news?
Yep, 100%. Like sometimes I have to. I don't watch the news to be honest, but like sometimes I just log out of my Instagram and I put my phone away, and when that itch comes back and I go check it, I'm like, oh, I've logged out, and I remember why, because sometimes. Like when Chadwick Boseman died, you know, rest in peace to the Black Panther. The timeline was just sad. Constantly it was just, you know, sad. And then two other unarmed black men got killed, and it gets posted and retweeted and stuff like that. And you have to look after your energetic space and tune out from stuff like that once in a while, and then you can tune back in. You can't just be involved. If not, you'll drown in misery and sorrow. So you have to cleanse yourself from those kind of things, and then get back to fighting the good fight.
Good, man. Appreciate your honesty. Thanks, mate.
All good.
We will take the next questions from Ezekiel Berganzi with Super Luchas.
Hello, Israel. How are you?
I'm very well. What's up, Ezekiel?
Fine. My first question is, you know, you faced almost all the big names in the middleweight division. Paulo Costa, it could be the last. So what do you think about that? All about your resume in your UFC career so far?
I think for a guy who jumped in just over 2 years ago and became a champion and defended his belt twice already, I'm not doing too bad. My resume is pretty tight, but to be honest, I look at a guy like Anderson Silva's resume, and I want to clean that. Like, that's something I definitely want to, like, dust. But if I don't, because of unforeseen circumstances, you know, and life will see. But that's something I'm not done. I'm far from done. I'm only here. I've only been here like 2 years. Man, you guys aren't even seeing the best of me yet.
And one interesting thing that you said is that the legacy, not talking about the legacy, do you think that fighters are looking too much now for a prize fight or super fight or jumping about divisions?
I think so. And that's why I didn't. And that's why someone asked me before about John Jones jumping up to heavyweight. And I said, well, he's been in the UFC damn near over 10 years, and he's only just jumping up to heavyweight. And everyone's expecting me to do it after 2 years. It's like, dude, I want to do what got me to the dance because the division was held up for so long. So I want to do what got me to the dance and just keep fighting in my division and defending my belt and creating that legacy, you know? And then you jump up along the way, like the way a guy like Anderson Silva did.
And, you know, today was, a couple of hours ago, the UFC Media Day between Michelle Watterson and Angela Hill. And she is the first African-American woman to headline an UFC event. So what do you think about all these achievements for black athletes in this particular year that black athletes are really taking a stand against racism, like the NBA players? What do you think about all this context and you being such an important figure now for black people and sports in general?
I think it's dope. I think athletes, not just black athletes, but every athlete should take a stand against what's happening right now in the world. Not just with racism, but fuck, racism's been around for so long. We've always known about it, but there's shit we don't know about that we're just finding out about that's gonna come out, and it's interesting watching the way that's the best TV show to watch right now for me is Earth. The Earth right now is a very interesting TV show, but I'm grateful to be in New Zealand enjoying it. It's still fucked up just watching what's happening, but like I said, I'm grateful to be in New Zealand enjoying the show.
And my last question is about a show. Today I finished The Last Airbender again. So if you, since you're a big fan too, if you have to compare
Avatar.
Yeah, if you have to compare a fight from Avatar to this one that you are having soon, which one will you compare to?
Fuck, that's a good question. That's a good question. If I had to compare, hold up. If I had to compare a fight, damn, I want to say Toph's introduction when she was fighting in the tournament, when she was the blind bandit and she was fighting in underground tournaments, how she was just smoking everyone. That's how I feel this fight's gonna look, just easy.
Thank you very much and good luck on your fight.
Cool, thank you.
We will take the next question from Damon Martin with MMA Fighting.
We talked about this fight a while ago before it was made, and we knew how big this fight was going to be, and you talked about where you wanted it to be and the magnitude of it. Is there a small part of you disappointed that there isn't going to be an audience there, that there isn't going to be a crowd there to kind of react to this fight?
No, I think it's perfect, to be honest. I think it's happening the way it's supposed to happen. Keep going? Yeah, sorry. I think it's perfect. It's unforeseen circumstances, but I think it's perfect.
You mentioned stylistically, you compared this to Anderson and Vitor, but in terms of magnitude, this feels like a really, really big fight. Like outside of the John Jones questions, we're not really talking about what comes next for you because the magnitude of this fight is so big. We're not saying, what about this guy or what about that guy? Do you feel that going into this fight, the magnitude of this one just feels bigger?
No, not really. I'm glad it's feeling that way because that translates to pay-per-view dollars or streaming buys. But no, I've kind of like I haven't even posted much training footage, so people think I'm sure I haven't really trained for this fight, which they're welcome to. But yeah, I'm just kind of focused on just life and other shit rather than just this for this fight.
In terms of matchup, you know, a lot of people look at this fight and think it's a technical striker against a brawler, a technical guy against a very aggressive guy. And I know you talked about, picking apart and seeing a lot of ways you can beat Paulo Costa, but you still have to be, you have to be aware of a guy like that, like him throwing those haymakers and things like that. Even though technically you're the more sound fighter, you still have to be aware of that.
100%. Like I said, he's a dangerous man. I said that just before as well. He's a dangerous man, but so am I. And what's going to be his downfall is his his lacklusterness when it comes to me. He thinks like, oh, he's just going to walk through whatever I throw at him. All right. I welcome him to try.
And last thing for me, you mentioned you mentioned your legacy and the things you're doing, in this sport. You mentioned Anderson Silva. I'm sure you've heard Anderson probably having his retirement fight at the end of October. I know as a guy you respected a lot when you fought him. What would it mean to you to be able to kind of approach those kind of records and do the kind of things that Anderson did and top those in your career?
It's history, that'd be special. That is what I'm aiming for. He is the greatest middleweight of all time so far, but now I'm here and I fought him and I've beat him and I'm racking up my own XP points for my legacy, and it's been an honor, man, watching him do his thing. And I'm glad Uriah Hall, stylistically, that's a dope fight to have. I thought I would have been a good send-off for him. Like I said, he brought me into the game, so I would have taken him out, but Uriah Hall is a dope send-off fight stylistically for him. It'll be beautiful to watch. I hope they both bring it.
Thank you, Izzy.
All good.
Thank you so much, Izzy. That is all the time we had for you, sir. We really appreciate you coming in today.
All good. No worries. Thank you so much.
That concludes Israel's virtual media day. As mentioned, Paulo Costa will be joining us at approximately 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, so please stay tuned.
We will now be joined by number 2 ranked UFC middleweight contender, Paulo Costa. Please use the hand icon if you wish to ask any questions, and don't forget to take down your hand once you are done.
We don't see anything. Is it audio or is it video?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you open your camera? You need to start your video. Yep, now the camera is on.
Okay. We're just setting up the lighting right now.
Okay.
O que você parou? Como é que você fez isso? Eu sou... If we do it...
Paulo, se você puder abaixar um pouco a câmera, fica já direitinho pra gente.
Oi?
Se você puder abaixar um pouco a câmera, fica perfeito pra gente já.
Tá. Deixa eu ver aqui. Não, ainda não. Aqui.
Okay, let's start. Our first question goes to Gabriel Gonzalez with Kate Side Press.
Hey, Paulo, how are you?
Hey, man, I'm good, and you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Can I ask, you are still training in Brazil, right? When do you plan to go out to Fight Island?
I'm not sure, but I think they send the tickets. Can you see me? Yeah. No. Okay. I think they send the tickets to Tuesday morning, I believe.
Gotcha. Now, you've talked about before that you want to be the next great Brazilian champion. What does it mean to you personally to follow in the footsteps of Anderson Silva, Jose Aldo, these guys who held the belt for a long time for Brazil?
Yes. To me, it looks like keep the legacy of Brazilians on. Yeah, keep the legacy of Brazilians on the company, on the high position on MMA. You know, I think we have a very good traditions. We start with this business, this fight business. So it's this. It's keeping the legacy. It's keeping the history of Brazilian fighters on the top of the world.
When you were on The Ultimate Fighter and everyone got introduced to you, you were very young in your career, and the show, you didn't get all the way, but today you're probably the most successful guy from your season of The Ultimate Fighter. What changed for you after the show that you've had so much success?
I think Eric was there on my season, but on different things. He was against me. Do you remember me? Of course, you remember. I achava que você era peso pesado. Oh yes, I was big on that time already. I found his glass on the floor of the pool. he was crazy that night. Yeah, I think the Ultimate Fighter changed my mindset, changed my way of thinking about fights, and how I see myself as a fighter also. So I just follow, eu segui meu objetivo. Como é que eu falo? I follow it.
Chase my dreams.
I chase my dreams. Keep my focus, my whole focus on my goal, my dream, and stood training,
Study?
No, eu mantive.
Maintain.
I maintain training hard every day, and I think I don't give up. That's why I got some more successful than another guys, because I keep work hard. When I got that decision, that loss by decision was not an official loss, but helped me to not want take one more of that feeling. You know, I'm talking about the lost feeling. So when I felt how bad is take a one loss on your career, I decide to work hard to not got more defeats. That's right.
I decided to work hard to not have another defeat.
Yeah, that's it. So I think that's why, and I keep the focus 100% focus on one thing, and come back to UFC, and after that, come back to the UFC, came to got the title shot.
I understand. Can I ask, how motivating is it, because you have a team that has not one but two double champs? How motivating is it for you to work with guys like Cejudo and Pitbull, and as you go into your first UFC title fight?
We are a team of champions, and not only champions but double champs. When I say we, I mean the coach, Eric Abarracin, and another guys who work with him, work the people that he works. We have confidence on our job, our work, and we know the way. He knows the way to walk, to take this big successful. So I try inspire on those guys, Patricio, Cejudo. This is a good reference to me, you know, good reference. It's a good reference to follow those guys, to do what they did, what they still are doing. I think it's good having those guys near of me.
We know that Adesanya is known for very big, very flashy walkouts. This is obviously a very big fight. Do you have anything special planned when you come out to the cage?
Que Adesanya sempre entrar com coisas muito animadas. Você tem algo planejado para entrar?
My song, my music is motivated. Also, is a cool song. I think that song brings me a lot of energy to my fights, like energy from the sky, from God. That's what
My final question. You're known for wearing a lot of fancy t-shirts lately, Paulo. Can I ask who has better style, you or Coach Eric?
Do you have a doubt about that? Of course, him. I cannot compete with this guy. This guy is a different level. He's like a pop star, a rock star. I'm learning with him. I will get there one day.
Thank you.
Clothing line. So, linha de roupa.
Our next question is from Gabe Pengalingan with Dojo Drifter.
Hey, Paulo, how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm good. And you?
I'm doing great. You look to be in great shape. How much weight have you lost throughout the camp, and what do you think how much do you weigh now?
I think I'm weighing 95 kilos already.
All right. Was it tough getting the weight off and getting in condition for this fight?
Foi difícil para perder o peso e ter o cardio para essa luta.
I think because I got a very, very heavy weight before some months ago. Before after I did my 2 surgeries on my left arm, as you know, maybe because I did twice surgery in the row, one to fix another one, so I got a lot fat. And I think I hit 100, almost 150 kilos, a lot of pounds. Almost heavyweight, yeah, maybe.
So 250.
Yeah, pounds.
250 pounds.
Yeah. So
wild.
That was the big problem to cut the weight, but I had time to cut this weight with healthy, and but I feel great, man. My cardio is great. I can do 5 rounds with no problem. I can do 5 rounds pressure pressionando, push him every time, all time.
Awesome. And emotions seem to be running high. Do you think fighting with emotion actually helps you, or do you tend to shut off emotions once you're in the octagon?
Você, o emocional desse luta vai ajudar você desliga essa emoção.
Yeah, I think the emotion can be, everything can be very good or very bad for you. You need to decide how you use that to help or to hurt you or to put you in trouble. I know how I use, and I use to help me,
And this fight on.
Of course, you're right. I have emotional for this fight. But I can see this for the good point of vision. I think will be good to me, not bad.
Yes, and this fight on Fight Island, it will be contested without a crowd. Do you wish that there was a crowd here in your title fight?
To have a crowd, of course. I'd like to have the whole thing working there. The normal situation. To when I hit him, the people be excited on the seats. But no problem, no problem with no crowd also. Just the boss, Dana White, and those guys, directors from UFC, and my team there will be nice because we training like that, right? On the gym, empty, just with my team, no crowd, no people watching, so that's okay.
All right, and lastly for me, Israel Adesanya has often criticized your muscles.
I'm very positive guy. I'm very positive.
Nice.
I always try to see the good part of every history, every situation. Even on the not very good situations, I try to see the positive things. I think this is
awesome.
a kind of mindset of champions.
Yes.
Championship mindset.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
And lastly, for me, Adesanya often criticizes your physique and your muscles. Do you think he's actually intimidated by the physicality that you bring?
Adesanya sempre critica seus músculos. Você acha que ele tem medo de seu physical?
Of course, yeah. When you look for one guy very powerful, strong man, you sign off alert, turn on like then you cannot stop in front of him for a long time. If you got one shot, can be the last one, and everything's over after that. So need to figure it out.
Well, thank you very much for your time, sir. We'll be tuning in for your fight.
Our next question is from Gustavo Faldon with ESPN Brazil.
ESPN Brazil.
ESPN Brasil caiu. Fala.
Tá me ouvindo? Fala, Borrachinha, tá me ouvindo?
Tô ouvindo. Tudo bem?
Tudo certo. Primeiramente, queria começar perguntando como é que tá aí essa reta final sua de preparação para essa luta com a Adesanya.
Tá muito boa, muito bem, obrigado. Tá indo tudo perfeito.
E ele sempre é um cara que também gosta de te provocar, né? Vocês trocam bastante provocações e há uns minutos atrás, nesse mesmo coletivo que a gente tá fazendo com você, a gente tava fazendo com ele chamou você de burro, entre outras coisas. Isso aí te incomoda, assim, te dá mais vontade ainda de meter a mão na cara dele ou não?
Não, é profissionalismo. Fazer profissionalismo. O bater nele independentemente de qualquer coisa. Independentemente. Se eu falar, tipo assim, eu vou bater com mais vontade, ou vou entrar com mais vontade, então quer dizer que antes eu não tava? Não. Ele tem assim, a gente vai lutar pelo título. Que é uma coisa que eu vejo de uma forma, eu vejo que esse título já me pertence. Então eu tenho que ir lá para dominá-lo e apagar ele, né? Não deixar com que tenha nenhuma chance de pegar esse título. Esse título já é meu. Eu penso assim, vou lá, entendeu? Lutar por ele, para que ele não tome de mim. Então eu já entro totalmente motivado. Não é porque o que ele vai falar ou não vai falar, entendeu? Já estou empenhado, estou fazendo todos os dias aqui um treinamento absurdo para dominá-lo.
E essas provocações assim, que você faz com ele também, assim, isso aí te diverte também, assim, né? Parece que é uma coisa natural aí de vocês. Isso aí te diverte também, encher o saco dele, digamos assim?
Sim. Na verdade, eu falo em cima de algo que acontece, né? Que ele foge da luta, ele evita a luta, ele corre. Isso não foi eu que inventei isso, né? Isso é algo visível. Ele, quando enfrentou alguns caras que têm um poder de nocaute grande, ele evitou a luta, ele chegou a correr do Romero. Ele virou as costas assim, né, e correu. Então, então é por isso que eu chamo ele de Adesanya, né? O corredor Adesanya. O Bolt, né, pegou Covid.
O Usain Bolt.
O Usain Bolt pegou Covid. Agora o Adesanya é o corredor número 1 do planeta.
E você é atleticano, né? Você é galo fanático, né?
Somos patrocinados pelo Atlético, tenho o prazer de ser patrocinado pelo Clube Atlético.
E, né, no duelo você e a Adesanya aí vai ser mais ou menos Atlético e Cruzeiro lá, o Atlético indo pra cima do Cruzeiro ou não?
Sim, sim. Acredito que vai ser uma rivalidade tipo essa. Ou Real Madrid e Barcelona, algo assim.
E qual que vai ser a tua previsão para essa luta?
Previsão de nocautear ele. Nocautear, finalizar. Eu tô treinando muita queda também.
Ground and pound.
Fazer um grande pound, imagina, fazendo um grande pound nele. Então a gente tá esperando que a luta não chegue nem no terceiro round.
É justamente isso que eu ia te perguntar para finalizar, porque geralmente a gente sabe que quando parece que às vezes os juízes são mais erradamente eles são mais criteriosos quando tem um campeão lutando, né? Parece que às vezes quem é o desafiante parece que precisa fazer algo a mais do que o comum para ganhar um round. Né? Isso é uma coisa que te preocupa, tipo, critério dos juízes ali?
Não. Eu acho que para ganhar a luta tem que fazer mais mesmo. Entendeu? Eu acho que não pode. Eu sou do tipo. É um pouco clichê, mas eu sou plenamente apoiador dessa ideia. Acho que para você lutar e ganhar, você não pode deixar dúvida nenhuma. Tem que destruir o adversário. Tem que amassar ele, tem que destruir. Não pode reclamar depois se a luta foi parecida. Eu não tô indo para ganhar por pouquinho. Eu não tô indo lutar com ele para ganhar por uma vantagem. Eu tô indo para destruir ele. Estou treinando para destruir o Adesanya. Para não deixar dúvida, para deixar ele apagado, cheirado no cage. Não estou indo para fazer 5 rounds. Eu não vejo ele ganhando 5 rounds. Agora, se sustentar por 5 rounds, vai ser 5 rounds de pau, de peia.
Show de bola. Obrigadão, Borrachinha. Boa sorte aí para você.
Obrigado.
That's it for me, guys.
Our next question is from Christopher Reed with the New Zealand Herald.
Incluindo falando da UFC. Bom, muito bom quando
Hey, Paulo, how are you?
Obrigado. Hey, man, I'm good, and you?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Just on the weight cut, how far out from your fight week do you have to start going quite seriously for your weight cut?
Quando para perder seu peso, você começar cortando o último 10 quilos quando?
Now, the last 10 kilos right now.
And what's your usual weight when you go into a fight week?
I think. Okay.
Qual é seu peso quando você entra na semana de luta?
Okay. On the fight week is like 7-8 kilos above.
Yeah. In that final fight week, what's your general process for your weight cut?
Qual é seu processo para perder?
I'm going just doing maintenance training, not so hard, just for 1 hour per day, and cutting the carbohydrates to lose some weight. And on the day before the weigh-in, I do the last shot on sauna and hot bath.
All good, man. That's all I needed to know. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Ezekiel Berganzi with Super Luchas.
Hello, Paulo. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm good.
My first question is, what kind of fight do you expect from Adesanya? Do you think that he will be more offensive or that he will be more defensive like he was with Joel Romero?
I think he will be like Romero, more running, like Adesanya. Adesanya now is okay, right? Yeah, I don't know if you know, but the Usain Bolt, the fastest man on the world, he got COVID. Coronavirus. I wish the best for him, good recovery for him. But with this news, now Adesanya is the number 1 fastest man on the world. Fastest runner of the world. Adesanya now is official the number 1 fastest runner of the world.
And what will you bring to this fight? What kind of a strategy are you preparing to face him?
Yeah, I respond almost the same question before to Brazil, to ESPN in Brazil, and I say they ask me if I'm worried about the Jews give one fight for him if this fight going to five rounds. And what I say for them is I'm not going to just be winner by one advantage or 1 point. I'm going to destroy him. I'm not care for judge. Give some round for him because I'm not going to take on this fight by decision. I'm training to destroy him, and I believe the fighters cannot be sad when he got lost by decision, because you need to be clear. That's what I did. That's why I do. I go to finish the fight and not let the judge. I go to destroy him. That's what I do. I train to do that, to destroy him. And for sure, I don't believe he will be there until the third round. I will finish the fight on the ground pound. I will take him down. I will finish this fight with striking, but he will not get on the third round.
And how it was. This question is for Coach Albarracin too. How it was this training camp in this context of pandemic? How much different it was from the fight with Joel Romero?
¿Cómo fue os treinos durante a pandemia? ¿Cómo fue esse camp diferente? Como o camp de Joel Romero?
Você quer responder? Do you want to respond?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Paulo asked him to respond. So I think it's been a little bit different because of, we couldn't bring in as many people, or you had to stay quarantined. A lot of it is isolation. All we're doing is staying in the gym and back home. We've been tested about 3 or 4 times with coronaviruses. We brought in people from all over, really. We brought in a guy named Rafael from Germany. We brought in Soul Glow Vander from Sao Paulo, Lucas from Sao Paulo, Badola, Olympic boxer, and Achila from Brasilia, the Universal Soldier, Megatron. You got Bohasha. We've arranged probably one of the best camps ever you can do. And, this is not my first world title during the pandemic. I had one with Henry Cejudo. And this one, we got doctors on call. We brought a doctor, his own chiropractor, and doctors here 24/7 with him. So it's actually even been a little bit better because everybody's just focused on Paulo. There's no other team. There's no other teammates. If you don't have a world title you're training for, you're not in the gym. So a lot of the focus has been just on Paulo, and you can tell he's evolved so much more. If you thought he was good in your Wells fight, he's 10 times better for this fight against Israel Adesanya. I hope his wrestling is really good because we're coming to take him down and finish him.
Thank you guys for answer and good luck on the fight.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Mojumu with
Hi, Paulo. Hi, Coach. How are you guys?
Hi, man.
Hi.
Where are you
Hi.
from?
Yes.
Speaking.
This is a Tiger brother from China, and very glad to meet you guys. Yep. So many fans in China begin to realize you since you give a phenomenal performance over Romero in UFC 241. And many Chinese fans was amazed by your great physical strength as well as your excellent tactics. You only fought like 5 times in UFC, but you are already positioned the #1 title challenger. How do you feel about your current achievements? And what is the secret of such a rapid advancement?
Como você está sentindo pelo seu sucesso em 5 lutas, chegaram ao título? E qual é o segredo para seu sucesso?
I think, great names of this sport, like McGregor did his title shot on his 55th fight. Fifth fight. I could fight for the title for this belt before if I haven't. If I didn't
get injured.
Get injured, but it's okay. I think everything going happen on the right moment, and I think because I did a lot, I did a very good work, and I working correct. So that's why I'm on this position, and I will take this belt. This is most important. I not came just to. I'm not. It's not enough. I'm not satisfied just for the title shot. I'm going to take the belt. I can see me. I can see myself as a champion already. So I'm not going to just to do a title shot. I am going to keep the belt that on my head is already mine.
Wow, understandable. That's awesome. So to be honest, I really enjoying the long-term beef and those trash talking you guys have been made. And I really loved when you lifted up your shirt and showed your eggs to mock Israel during the interview, right? Which is very interesting. But what do you really think of that rivalry between you guys? It is personal or just business or something in between? If you two were not in a competitive relationship, would it be possible to become friends?
Look, I'm not know him so deep, like I'm not.
Personally, I don't know him personally.
Yeah, I don't know him personally. I think, and but what I saw about him is not good. Is something that not good people, not good. I mean, like humans doing, but it's okay. It's bad to him. I'm going to fight, and with a little bit more emotional against him because he like to talk shit. He like to talk shit about the person and in specific about me. So that's why I will be happy after hurting him.
So do you think this fight is a personal or just a business fight or something in between? Can you define it?
É pessoal ou são negócios ou não tá?
Yeah, it's both. It's half to half, 50-50.
Okay. So I find that you went to the Paragon striking system to strengthen your striking abilities. So was it prepared for Israel, who is also known for striking? So I'm wondering, what type of a stand-up game you would bring to him into this fight?
Qual tipo de jogo no stand-up você vai levar para a luta?
I will do the same that I did until here. I have 13 fights, 11 knockouts. I will bring him to hard punch. I will push him on the cage. Against the cage. I can bring him to the ground, make a ground and pound. Can you imagine that? Doing a very hard ground and pound on his chin and I think he'll be on the bad hands, bad ways. I don't know how to say it.
Bad shape.
Bad shape.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for the translation from Coach. And best good luck on you on that fight. Can't wait to see your excellent performance for the title fight. Thank you, Paul.
谢谢，我爱你
谢谢。
中国，我爱你中国，
Thank you. 谢谢。
谢谢。
And we'll take our last set of questions from Augusto Niesque with Somos MMA.
Hi, Paulo. How are you?
Hey man, I'm good and you.
Hi, Coach. Also. My first question, guys, is with all the waiting, all the back and forth on social media and the bad blood coming into this fight, does it make a special one for you or is just another one?
Com todo vocês brigando no social media, isso é especial ou é só mais uma luta?
Special because I will be a champion after that fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so special, but not special because of him. To me, he's nothing.
Okay. Okay, and Paulo, everybody's saying that this is a precision versus power fight. Like you only have your strength for the fight. Do you like that definition? What do you think about that?
Let me show something to you. It's good because of that. I have the stand-up statistics here on my hands. I don't know if you can saw that.
Yes.
I have on my fight 8.
How much is it?
8.43 significant strikings.
Yep.
And him.
He has 3.9. 3.96, right?
Yes. And look his accuracy and my accuracy.
Accuracy.
Yeah, yours is higher.
My accuracy is 57 and his is 48. If you take on count, I throw more punch than him, more hits than him. It's not the people who say that is because I'm so strong and they think I have no accuracy, but I have, and I will. That's why I finished my fight.
You just prove it with numbers, man. I can tell any different. And Paulo, you have said that you want to break him mentally before the fight and then inside the octagon. Do you think you have already found a way to get into his head?
I don't try breaking him mentally before. If he is broken, it's because he's weak. Bad to him. I don't care about him. If he is worried, if he is shearing his pants before the fight, bad for him. Too bad for him. You know, I'm confident. I'm confident on myself. I'm confident on my training. I know what I did on sparring days, like today, like tonight. I did. Coach was there with me. I know everything. What I work for. I work for cut his head off. So I don't know if his mind is broken or not. I don't care. I go there and I will erase him. On any case, if he's good or not, if he shit his pants or not, I will finish him. That's why I train so hard. I train so hard to not depend of my opponent. I just depend of me. If I'm good as I know as I am now, I don't care for my opponent. I can fight for, no weight, free weights. Like you understand what I mean? Like old times of Vale Tudo. That's my mindset. That's how I think about that.
Adesanya seems to be very worried. Yes, tell me.
I'm not this kind of guy who bring small guys to be part of your training. I look for the most dangerous fight to help me. To came to fight against me. We look for big guys, strong guys, 100 kilos guys to fight, to make sparring, because I believe when you do a very hard training, you will be prepared to everything happen on the fight.
Awesome. Paulo, I was asking you, Adesanya seems to be worried about your anti-doping test before the fight. What do you have to say about that? Do you want to tell anything to him?
This is very common for the guy who have his mind broken already.
Okay.
This is.
I can answer a little bit. Everybody,
yeah, sure.
Everybody wants to know what the eraser's on, and I can tell you what he's on. He's on the mat 6 days a week, 6 hours a day, training his ass off. And now Israel has to be worried about him being in on his legs, because then we're going to take him down and pound him out. That's what he's on. You got to be worried about what he's on when he gets in that cage, and he's going to be all over him.
And raizada. Raizada.
Okay. Paulo, and also a question for Coach Albarracin. Is there anything in Adesanya's fighting style that you should be worried about? Anything that you're studying particularly or specifically for this fight?
Yeah, you know what? Paulo had said it. We've been we're concerned about his cardio because he's been running a lot. He's in shape from running. So
okay,
that's probably the most thing we're concerned about is how high his cardio is. But his cardio is not going to matter because we're going to finish him in 2 rounds.
Okay. Do you want to add anything, Paulo?
No, I'm
okay. My last question.
Could I not agree with you, Captain?
Okay. And guys, my last question. I have seen your last video, so I want to know who's the better announcer, Bruce Buffer or Coach Albarracin?
Oh, this is a hard question. I like so much Bruce Buffer.
Bruce is a legend.
He's a legend. Yeah, my heart is broken now. I don't know.
He inspired us. Bruce is a legend. I'm not trying to be. Yeah. We try to make the sparring as close to the fight as possible. That's why I was the announcer. That's why we painted Vander Gonçalves Sogo, his hair pink, and that's why we have a ref in there. We have the music that Israel comes into, the music that Paulo comes into. We make everything. We make sparring like it's the real fight. So that's the reason why we did that. And all the fighters, we got better strikers than Israel here. Rafael, Xavier, Megatron, Kratos, the Universal Soldier, Soul Glow,
Rafão, Alex estava com a gente agora.
Alex de Paula.
Malvadeza.
Yeah, Malvado. So, we try to make all the practices and sparring exactly like it was in the fight. And we brought better strikers in than Adesanya. And we're ready. He's ready, No, they won't be able to stop him. He won't be. If 5 killers can't stop Paulo, Israel better prepare to be erased.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I'm looking forward for your fight, Paulo. So good luck on September the 26th.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for you today, Paulo. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Obrigado. Thank you. We went up.
This concludes the UFC 253 Adesanya versus Costa virtual